Welcome to the Instagram Stories Weekend Edition. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. Let's start off by talking about some YouTube news. The Creator Insider account on YouTube, which is an absolute wealth of information, did an update talking about the new longer shorts, a new poll sticker for shorts, and a bunch of information about some of the analytics tools that are now available. Here's some of the clip.
We've got a bunch of updates for you today, so let's get into it because you know the drill. We had a bunch of folks expressing confusion about the rollout of longer shorts, and we want to help clarify why we announced this the way we did. Longer shorts is a multi-phase rollout that's going to take several months to complete fully across all of our systems. The reason we needed to highlight October 15th is because we wanted you to know the date after which your 61 to 180 second square or taller videos would be considered shorts, so you wouldn't be surprised later when they become shorts in a few weeks. We've passed all of your comments on to the team, and they're taking your feedback seriously and will apply learnings for future shorts rollouts. So what's next? Longer shorts are now eligible to be recommended, and you can check your analytics to see if your video has been recommended in the shorts feed. When will longer shorts stop being shown as regular videos, and what does this mean for you? First, channel pages and the subscription tab will treat longer shorts as shorts in the coming weeks. Generally, we expect this to be fully rolled out before the end of November. Once this is complete, your longer shorts will move into the shorts shelf on your channel page and into the shorts tab. Longer shorts will also move into the shorts shelf on the subscription tab. To address questions of notifications, since longer shorts are still displaying as regular videos, this means that subscribers with the bell set to all will receive a notification if you post a longer short. Moving on to the availability of creation tools for longer shorts. This will take the team until early next year to roll out. We'll keep you posted once this phase begins. We know it's not a preferred rollout, but due to system complexities, we felt it was important to communicate the nuances so creators can know what to expect. We'll continue to update you as we reach important milestones and if there are any changes to the timeline.
I'm going to just stop the clip for a second. She said a lot there. The key takeaway is these shorts that are longer than 60 seconds are not necessarily going to be shorts when you upload them, but as YouTube shorts roll out a longer time frame up to 3 minutes, the videos will become shorts if you uploaded them after October 15th. So if you've been uploading 61-second shorts over the past few days and you haven't seen them becoming shorts, they're just regular videos, that's why. In this video, they also explained some other things about shorts, new features that they're adding. Here's one clip about poll stickers.
Next, up until now, if creators wanted to poll their communities, they could only do so by creating a poll post or by asking users to comment on a video. Now, creators can add a poll sticker directly to their short and have their viewers tap an option to vote. Creators will be able to see the percentage of votes for each option, as well as the exact count of total votes on the sticker. The goal is to help creators engage their communities and gather instant insights. This will be rolling out to all creators over the next week. Let us know if you have any questions.
Okay, the last part of this video is a clip explaining the new real-time graph features that are going to be built into YouTube.
Next, up until now, creators could see views on their content in real time. However, they were unable to break those views down by format type. Now, we're launching a format filter to channel-level real-time analytics on desktop and mobile in the deep dive, so creators can see their performance by each format type. The goal is to give creators the ability to analyze performance data and patterns, even if they create more than one content type.
Okay, I know I've said this recently, but talking about YouTube features to a certain extent feels very new and uncomfortable to me. So I don't have a lot of opinions on YouTube features because, frankly, I don't spend a lot of time creating content for YouTube. But as I grow and learn more about the platform, and you will be learning along with me, I will continue to share the news updates as I find them. We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to share a recent podcast interview I did with Chelsea Bradley, all about how to make succinct but still very effective messaging when you create social media posts. Stick around. Welcome back. Recently, I sat down with Chelsea Bradley, who is a social media strategist and consultant who emphasizes the importance of community and a solid social foundation. Her approach to business and life is to lead authentically, solve problems, connect, and make a difference. She has worked with over 150 brands and 25 agencies over 15 years, and when she has free time, she spends it at Little League, San Diego Padres games, are on a boat on the Pacific, photographing sharks, dolphins, and whales. What an unbelievable life. I'm very jealous. She has an excellent newsletter. It's called The Salty Shell Newsletter. Here's the clip of me talking to Chelsea. Today on the show, we have Chelsea Bradley. Chelsea, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Chelsea, for people who might not be familiar with you, can you tell us what it is that you do and who you are?
I'm Chelsea Bradley. I live in San Diego, and I am a social media strategist. I am a journalism writer at heart. That was the goal. And then social media became a thing. So I took a liking to that. A lot of us social pros did start as journalists or some kind of writer. So it really helps. So I'm excited to talk to you about copy today. I have worked for myself. I work with agencies. I do a lot of freelancing. I work a lot in food and beverage, but I've covered all industry. The really boring pharmaceutical ads to the food and beverage you love and everything in between. So I'm looking forward to talking about it.
I really want to dive into this topic about copywriting, especially when it comes to how we phrase things, how we get people's attention when we're writing in captions that appear on the video or a caption that we write below the video or below the photo that people may or may not read. Really excited to dive into this topic. So I guess, where do we start talking about copy? What is it? It sounds like something that people either need to study for years to understand, or they're never going to bother because they didn't go to school for it. So like, how would you even explain what copywriting is?
It does sound scary. And I didn't go to school for it either. I think it's just innate for me. But it's writing the captions, writing your emails. I think anyone who's used Twitter has become a better writer because when it was 140 characters, you really had to figure out how to say what you wanted to say in a very little space. I think that would be good for even elementary kids to do, to practice writing, because they can be so long-winded. And that goes into social captions. People can be so long-winded, and at the same time, they've written 2 paragraphs and they've said nothing at all.
So is it just being succinct? Is that all there is to it?
Yes. So being succinct, being informative, but not everything's informative. Some are just funny. But I would say yesterday was the first day of school for everyone. There's people I haven't seen in years, and they post their 5 kids, and they're like, oh, it's first day of school for these guys, and so-and-so is this. And they call out one kid. I'm like, which one is that? Okay, fair enough. If you're their friend and you're on social, you should know who they are. But like, I had no idea which kid she was talking about. Okay. So there's specifics like that. Or if you're writing for a consumer audience and you just launched this new product, maybe you think about, is my caption answering everything that they could possibly think of when they look at it? Or is it simply telling them what I'm trying to tell them? Because I get ads all the time. I love just to go on Instagram and Facebook. Facebook's a great place for ads, not really for anything else. To get ads, and I like just if I want to go shopping or I want to see what other brands are doing or how they're writing. And I have a folder saved on Instagram of it's called I have no idea, because the photo doesn't tell me what it is. So I go to the caption. The caption doesn't tell me what it is, but they're really excited about selling it. So I go to their Instagram profile. And it's so vague, and it's like, we're really cool people. And like, great. What do you sell? Why are you giving me an ad? I still have no idea. There's probably 10 posts in there since Christmas. I have no idea what they do.
So if someone knows what they do, but they're really struggling to articulate it in a way that's exciting or dynamic, or maybe they feel like they have to post 3 times a week or whatever, and they're writing something similar every time, how do they figure out what's the best way to succinctly convey what they do that fits this category of actually copyright?
Yeah, I will say, if you're writing the same thing every time, people are going to get used to that and just scroll on by. The goal is to inform the reader. What do you want them to know? And if it's absolutely nothing, tell them, I don't want you to know absolutely nothing. This is just really funny and I wanted to post it. But you put the important stuff up front. So whatever it is, your sale, your product, whatever you're selling, this is what I want you to know right now. And if you keep reading, you'll get more information. I know the word copywriting is scary, I think, like you put it. It sounds like you've got to do this thing and it's like a mad scientist in a lab. We all do copywriting. It's just a term for more formal business marketing, all of those things. But you're writing. You write emails every day. I wish a lot of people write better emails, but it's like taking the time. What are you trying to say? Are there things you can take out? Is there a lot of fluff, or does that not mean anything? I also have a folder titled Elevate. And it's going to drive you crazy after I say this, because now every time you go on social, you're going to see every time you scroll at least 2 posts that start with Elevate. And that's because ChatGPT loves it. And listen, I use ChatGPT. It's like my assistant, but it's my brainstorm assistant. It does not write the things for me. Because if you ever ask ChatGPT, are you sure? It'll say, oh, sorry. And then it'll tell you something else. But it loves those filler words that sound impactful, like we're the premier marketing agency. Are you? What does that even mean? Do I want the premier marketing? Do I want the premier candy? I don't know what a premier candy bar is or a premier marketing agency. I have no idea what that means. Are you the best? Says who? I don't know and I don't care. So there was one yesterday, an ad I got from probably a food or beverage. And it was like, are you looking to elevate your blank? And it was like some very specific thing that I don't cook, nor am I looking to elevate. But also, what does that mean? I know elevate, like to the next level, which you're also going to now see in every caption, is to the next level. It's always elevate your game, take your game to the next level. Like somehow we're all playing a game. We all want to levitate and we're all going to different levels. Like it's Super Mario World.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to ask Chelsea to give a specific example of how to actually make your social media content different from everyone else's when your product might be very similar to what else is on the market. Stick around. Welcome back. We're talking with Chelsea Bradley. We're talking about how to make succinct messaging, but also how to differentiate your product or service when many others out there are doing the same thing or selling something very similar.
Now that you say that, I have seen a lot of posts, especially the ones that are fitness related, where the fitness coaches are pushing their protein shakes or their workout plan or whatever. It's always elevate to the next
level. Give it a boost.
That is absolutely right. It is 100%. But if somebody was going to make something, they were going to make a social post about what they do, how do they keep from writing the same thing that everyone else is writing? Obviously, without using ChatGPT, but don't they have to know what makes their product or service unique? And what if there isn't something that's unique? Like there's hundreds or thousands of personal trainers out there selling protein shakes. I'm not trying to pick on personal trainers. That's just the first thing that popped into my mind when I saw when I heard you talk about the word elevate. But there's a lot of companies, like you said, they're the premier marketing company. There's kinds of marketing companies. What can a company do or a person do to latch on what might make them unique and figure that out and then share them?
Yeah. So there's 2 things. Just take a pause. Okay. You are the premier. You think you're the premier. Maybe you are. What does that mean? What does it mean to you? Or what does it mean to who you're saying to? So if I say I'm the premier, I don't know, whatever, personal trainer, I'm premier personal trainer. What does that mean? I'm the best. I'm like, what makes you the best? I'm the premier leg day personal trainer. Or I'm calisthenics, or I'm this, or I'm that, or I'm premier because health and fitness, or my car is premier. It's premier. I don't take a shot every time I say premier. But why? Is it a smooth drive? Is it because it has 3 rows and fits my kids and my dogs and pulls my boat? That's premier to me. If you're filling it with a soccer team, that's not premier to me. I don't want that many people in my car. So what is it that you're trying to say? Sure, you can be the premier, you can elevate, but if this is elevating to the next level, what is the next level and how are you helping me get there? Instead of saying, I'm going to elevate your muscles to the next level, I'm going to give you this specialized protein powder and whatever regimen, and that's going to help you build muscle faster. Maybe you'll results in 90 days. You don't have to go that granular, but actually tell me. Because there are things I'm interested in. And it's like, we're going to take you to the next level. I'm like, this is a $5,000 thing. Like, I need to know more than I'm going to go to the next level. I like the level I'm on, whatever that may be in this game.
I like the point you made, though, about how, for instance, if you can niche down and you can say, I'm the best personal trainer who focuses on legs in this specific area or whatever. I think that is a great way to differentiate yourself from all the other personal trainers. because everyone hates leg day. And no, but that resonates with me already, because if I was really interested in getting very sculpted or toned legs, I would be more interested in this person who says, yes, that's what I'm known for. That's what I'm the best at. So I really like that approach.
Yeah, because I don't want to see some personal trainer be like, okay, they look good, they're cute, all right, I'm going to go work with them, and then they bust out a hit routine. I'm going to run fast and faster ever. I'm not doing that. So I need to know what you do. But another thing you said earlier, a little while back, it was about how can they be unique? How can they stand out? That's exactly it. And I think I've written before about myself is that people are always like, you have such a unique writing style. I write how I speak, and I hope that's unique. I'm very, very blunt and open, and I get that, very different person, but that's how I write too. And no one can go on LinkedIn and copy and paste my posts and claim it as their own. They can try, they can, but people are gonna be like, you don't talk like that, or that's definitely Chelsea's post. So a lot of people on LinkedIn or wherever complain because their content gets copy and pasted a lot on Instagram, because you can take anyone's content, all the viral videos that aren't even theirs. So easy. So make it so they can't take it. Not in a way that it's like, oh, they want to copy and paste this, but it's very unique to me. The way I write, the way I approach social media is unique to me. Sure, it is relevant for everyone, but the way I say it and the way I approach it and the way I infuse my personality and my experiences is a lot better than hire me to be your copywriter. I know what I'm doing. Anyone can say that.
Let's talk about this a little more, because I think this is fascinating. I spend time writing on the computer very differently from how I spend time writing on my phone. On my phone, I tend to be more succinct. I don't have access to that full keyboard that I can touch type whatever amount of words per minute. So therefore, I tend to be more succinct on my phone, but not as good as getting the point across. I don't think about the words that I'm writing as much. How do you, when copywriting, when writing captions, do you write at the computer? And how do you ensure that you put the adequate level of thought into it? I'm saying this because when you make a post on social, you're worried about the video, the hashtags, tagging the right people. Do you have a cover image? There's 50 things that go into each post. And sometimes when you're doing it all from your phone, by the time you get to actually writing that caption, you're just like, you know what, let me just post it. The image says enough. How do you ensure that you are crafting that very clear message?
Personally, and because I care about my message, I write it on the computer and then I text myself, because TikTok, I don't know if it's just me or TikTok in general, they don't have autocorrect. So that can go awry real fast, even if you're being succinct. Instagram, though, I like to get a little wordy and the box is small. So I'll text myself first and then copy and paste it. So I like to sit at my computer. Not everyone has a computer. So you could talk to text, you could talk it out and then edit it and get all your thoughts out. However I write better than I speak, I feel. So that's a strong suit for me. But something you just said alludes to, there's copywriters and then there's everyone else, but not really, because everyone's always writing. So we don't think like you said, you don't think about the words you're saying, because we talk and we write all day. So I think you need to, when it's time to tell someone something, like you're trying to get a message out, you need to take a little bit more time. Take a pause. You'll be taken more seriously. Maybe you will get more business if you're specific, or you sound like you know what you're talking about, versus, oh, I'm just an expert and I have a podcast. Good for you. What does that mean? Expert podcaster. Like what? You're like really good at talking. So am I. I don't know. So just taking that moment, but yeah.
We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, Chelsea Bradley is going to have more specific examples of exactly how to do what she's describing. So stick around. Welcome back. We're talking with Chelsea Bradley, and in this part of the episode where she gives specific examples, I put myself in the hot seat and ask her to use me as a specific example to illustrate what she's describing.
I'm glad you brought that up. So let's just use this as an example. I'm a podcaster. I have a podcast about Instagram, but there are probably conservatively 1,000 other people who have podcasts about Instagram, many of which are better than mine. So how on earth would I come up with something unique to say? I have what I think is a slightly unique approach in that I tried to get other people's voices on the show as much as possible. I do interviews. I try to find clips from the CEO of Instagram, the CEO of TikTok, the CEO of Meta, insert those. That's my approach. Tactically, I think to a certain extent, I'm doing the same thing that many, many other people are doing. And in my case, probably not as well, because others have either more skills or more time or more resource, or they're just better at it. How would I come up with my unique approach and have that influence my copyright?
I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell clients who I do a competitive analysis with. Sure, there's a lot of podcasts that do the same thing you do, but no one is you. No one's like you. Maybe some people like the way you sound. Maybe there's a podcast with way more downloads than you, but maybe they have a lot of money or influence, or people just listen because they think it's cool. Some people just do things because they think they're supposed to or want to be cool. But if a smaller audience who engages with you and shows up every time you publish and you want to talk to you, maybe want to be on it, that's way more valuable than Nike having a podcast with 10 million followers. Valuable for them. But say, even with my clients, okay, let's say olive oils. You've got Graza versus everyone else. Well, Graza is a cool new thing and it's great and I love it. I have it. I also have an olive oil client that they think they're their competitor. I'm like, they're not your competitor. It's a totally different audience. You've been around for over 100 years. They've been around for 5, whatever it is. And there's nothing wrong with that. You have a different audience. You have like an authentic legacy, probably family audience. Graza's got millennials and Gen Z, and people are just finding out that olive oil is actually good for you kind of thing. They're making olive oil trendy. But they are in competition, but they're not. So it's just like McDonald's and Wendy's, 2 very different audiences. They can bicker back and forth on social, and it's funny, and they always have. But I guess people go to different fast food places, but some people are very loyal to Wendy's. Some people are very loyal to McDonald's. So if you're McDonald's and you say, I hate to use this example, but I'm going to just because everyone knows, you look at Wendy's and say, they're being snarky on social. We should do that. No, you shouldn't. Or do you know that you should? Is that what your audience wants? Probably not. If your audience wanted it, they'd probably be over there. So you have your audience for a reason. If you were talking to no one, then yeah, I'd say your podcast sucks. But that's what you bring is unique. You can say, you were talking about how you pull the videos. Your approach to it is different. If you sit down and try to copy and paste what other podcasts are doing, it doesn't mean it's going to be successful for you. And your audience is going to call you out. McDonald's fans would be like, don't talk like that. That's exactly what Wendy's is doing. Don't be like them. And vice versa. Wendy's would be like, we would never talk like McDonald's. Everyone hates the personal brand conversation, but everything and everybody's a brand.
Okay, so if you recognize that you're bringing something unique to the landscape, to the social media platform, whatever, how does that actually translate into what you write? Obviously, you're going to bring your own voice, but how does that reflect in your copywriting, in what you actually put, I would say pen to paper, but fingers to keyboard?
Yeah.
How does that translate?
I would practice sitting down and just either writing pen and paper, text, wherever. This is who I am and this is what I do. This is what I sell, or this is what I want to sell. Just brain dump. Don't format it. And then you're going to find some words in there and phrases, or you're going to discover things about yourself or whatever you're trying to say without realizing it. Just brain dump. This is who I am. This is what I would say if I just met someone, or if someone asks what I do or what my service is. And then that's going to be your very unique, whatever you're trying to talk about. And that's going to remind you of your tone of voice, what you want to say. Maybe there's some keywords. I say the best things on client calls that I've never said or written. And I'm like, I wish I would have been recording because that was good. Call a friend, text someone. You can practice like explaining, but it doesn't have to. I don't want this to sound like homework, but just be yourself. I think people are trying too hard and like, I have to be a copywriter. So I'm going to elevate you to the next level and infuse this. And are you looking to, and a lot of captions start with, are you looking to blank, blank, blank? No, I'm not looking to do that, but I'm still interested in what you have. So stop trying. Here's the thing. Stop trying to be a copywriter. Don't think of it as copywriting. But don't think of it as copywriting. But remember, you're posting for a reason. And if you don't know what that reason is and you don't have anything to say, then you shouldn't post that. Or at least not right now.
And what is the reason? How does somebody find what that reason is?
I'm posting that I'm selling this guide because I'm selling this thing, or I went to my son's baseball game and he hit a home run. That's cool. I think everyone should see it, and I want it to live on my Instagram forever. It could be you on the couch and say, I'm taking a day off podcasting. I just need a break. People are going to love that more than some poetic attention grabbing. They're going to be like, he's real. He's tired. He's not podcasting today. Thank you for being real with me.
I love that approach. Charlie, this has been great having you on. I love all these insights you share. Can you tell us where we can find you online and what can we look forward to you creating in the near future?
Yes. I'm everywhere, Chelsea Rain, but it's RHANE. And I am everywhere. I write a weekly newsletter, but I have taken a couple of weeks off because I really just wasn't feeling writing. And I don't want to, I always said I would never take a week off, but I'm not going to be the one that forces myself and writes about nothing. Like I just said, I had nothing to say. I just didn't say anything. I'm always active on Instagram, X, LinkedIn, and I'm working on a lot of client projects right now. So I don't know anything crazy myself. I have a podcast in the works, but like I said, really busy with clients. So whatever comes next will be on socials because short form is easy for me. Send me your captions. I'll tell you what I think.
Oh, is that a service you are offering to someone who's listening?
DM me one of your posts and I'll appropriate posts and I'll look up.
Okay. I will include links to how to get in touch with Chelsea in the show notes so that you can send her a DM with your caption.
Be careful.
This has been great having you on, Chelsea. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, that's it for my interview with Chelsea. Be sure to come back next time for more social media news, strategy, and other things that you need to know.
I'm not yet a member of the Instagram team, but my podcast covers many Instagram themes. But the name, image, logos are trademarks at Instagram and the LCC in the USA and every territory. Everything I publish independently until Zuck returns my DMs and starts to pay my salary. Not sponsored or endorsed, no lies, no fallacies. I use their logo with permission, not malicious or callously. No trademark violation, filling all criteria. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Daniel Hill Media.
So I understand you run an Instagram account for a Little League organization. Is that true?
Yes, not the entire Little League International, but our local league that my son plays in. There's a few locally, so I'm not telling you what. It's easy to figure out. But I joined the board. Someone was trying to, hey, go join the board. They need more people. No one ever wants to join a board. But I was a frustrated parent as a Little League parent because I wanted to know. In the spring here in California, it rains a lot. And that's the beginning of Little League season here. So the fields are always closed, but they wouldn't post it, or another league would post it, but I would wonder, are our fields closed, or do we have a game today? Just all these basic communication, and they weren't doing that. So when someone said, hey, do you want to join the board? I said, only if I can do social. And their creative for their Instagram posts were terrible. Like they were Googling things, throwing them on Instagram. They were pixelated and blurry. I'm like, guys, like you have Canva is free for nonprofits, by the way. So if anyone working for a nonprofit, go get that. And I've turned their Instagram around and it's grown a lot. And that's not been my goal. My goal was to inform parents of field closures, rain delays. We have opening ceremonies. We have all these different events and dine outs and things throughout the year that people need to know about, because you might not some may check their emails, some may check Facebook, some may check Instagram. We need to be everywhere. So we are now. And we've gotten so much appreciation for it. And that's also not why I did it. I just wanted to know what the heck was going on. But it's funny. There was a point last year where there was a rumor going around. I'm just going to say league. Oceanside National hired an agency. And if we wanted to, we could. We're nonprofits. We all can do whatever we want with our money. And there's like 4 local leagues and we're all close. They were like, their social just got good. And I'm like, I'm the agency.
That's pretty.
I'm the agency and it's free. But now I see every other league copies what I do. And everyone's like, aren't you mad? I'm like, no, because they're informing their parents who are frustrated like I was. I took a video of my son going down a slide at the field in the rain and landing in a puddle last year. And I used that for our field's close announcement for the rest of the year. So then another league had a super big puddle and they had a little kid pretend to go fishing in it with rain boots. And now they're doing that. So I'm inspired. Their copy's gotten better because they would just be like, field's closed. Instagram, you could see that post in 3 days. Oh shit, are the fields closed today? You got to put the date, the location, when they reopen.
It's a good point.
It's that simple. And now people talk about our social all the time, and it's not that great, but it's informative. So it's serving its purpose.
I love that.